Yes, guys. Jack back for another video today. We're looking at Brighton and this must-win game for Man City. Yes, it is only match day 3. And I know season is long and there's twists and turns every which way, but looking at our fixtures and our schedule, if we drop points here, we've got some tough ones coming up. It might be difficult to recover in terms of the league position. That's all I'm saying. I don't mean to put any extra pressure on, but we need a performance. We need a response after the maybe humiliating is a bit strong of a word for the Spurs game, but very disappointing, extremely disappointing result at the least. The performance wasn't horrendous, wasn't atrocious. We should have scored with the chances we created, but we didn't and we lost. So, all in all, very poor performance to lose 2-0, especially at home against Spurs. So, before we do start, if you're new, hit me with a sub. Going for 500 subs, very close to that number. So I very much appreciate that. I have all my socials linked in my channel description. Discord channel for City fans. I got Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the short form content if you're interested in that. So check that out. I do appreciate it. Now, if we look at Brighton, this game is Sunday, 9 a.m. for me. I think that's a 1 p.m. kickoff, something like that for you guys over in the UK. And I will be doing a live stream for that game. So do come back to the channel on Sunday morning, afternoon, whatever it is for you, and we can watch the game together. Those are always really fun. Brighton, though, difficult team. Kind of not necessarily a bogey team for us, but we did not perform well against them last year. The lineup going around from last time we played them is out there online. I've seen it on Twitter. We had Simpson Puzzi, we had Gundogan, Kovacic. I mean, it was not a very impressive lineup. Rico Lewis was at left back. I mean, it was not the one for sure. Last year, and we lost. We lost. That was right in the stretch of really poor performances last time we were at Brighton. So clearly a big need to turn it around. And like I said, we need a response following the Spurs game. So if we look at injured players, Brighton have a few, I would say, pretty impactful players missing the game. Adam Webster not going to play. Rudder, who I really like, is doubtful, probably going to miss the game. Julio Enciso, who's always good for a banger goal against us. Unfortunately, he is not playing. Solly March not playing. Tariq Lamptey has an injury. Doesn't say if he's going to play or not, but looks doubtful. For City, again, I was hoping Josko Gvardiol would be back and ready to go. It looks like that's probably not going to be the case at the moment. Maybe tomorrow in the press conference, Pep says something and clarifies, but at the moment it looks unlikely that Josko is going to be available, which is a big loss. I really wanted to see him at the left center back position. I think him being an option there just really improves the team. And while I like the Stones-Diaz partnership, a left-footed center back on the left-hand side I think would be pretty helpful, especially against the press. Kovacic also out. He's going to be out for probably until October, maybe. And then Savinho, there's this alleged injury going around. I don't know that I buy it, but by all accounts, he is injured and I don't think has been training. We know there's a lot of transfer speculation with Savinho. He is not playing as far as I'm aware. Pep also, the other day, did not really fully close the door on his transfer exit. He said, talk to me when the window closes. So I don't know. I think he's staying. I think we've kind of settled on that at this point, but you never know. The window is long and strange. So we shall see. For Brighton, they have not had the best start to the season, really. They have a loss and a draw in the league so far, only scoring one, and it was a penalty, so no open play goals for them. They won in the Carabao Cup the other night against Oxford United, so again, not really a lot to take away from that, but a struggling side. However, they're a good side. I would definitely say they have some danger men and players that could make our lives difficult, I would say. So I think it's time for us to take a look at our lineup. This is what the big discussion is going to be, of course, and we start with the goalkeeping situation. Are we getting Trafford? Are we getting Ederson? Is Ederson even going to be a member of Manchester City Football Club by then? I don't know. it's apparently a fluid situation. I think, by all accounts, I still think Ederson leaves. There's been no real update, no concrete update on where he's going or if he's going, but at the moment, I still believe he will be gone and Donnarumma will be in. So for that reason, I'm going with Trafford in goal. Yes, he had not the best performance against Spurs, but again, dropping him immediately after that, it's not going to do anything to help his confidence. Of course, you have to go with the keeper that gives us the best opportunity to win. And maybe if by then we realize Ederson is the one that's going to stay and he's going to be our keeper for the season, and Trafford is, in next season, then by all means, go with Ederson. But like I said, I still think Ederson is heading out, and we're going to roll with Trafford until the international break comes back around, and Donnarumma will be in goal. My opinion, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Now, if we look at the center back partnership, we've been going with Stones and Diaz. It's been hit or miss, I would say. It was very good against Wolves. At times, it was good against Spurs, but Diaz and Stones were both at fault for their first goal. The second goal, Diaz played it short to Trafford, who created that mistake. Is that coaching? Is Diaz just doing that out of habit? I don't know. So it's been a bit shaky. Let's say that. It's been a bit shaky. So for the center back partnership, I think if I'm going on just performance, I'm going to say John Stones starts as the left-sided center back because Josko is unavailable. And then I think we roll with Abdikadir Kusanov as the partner to John Stones. Diaz, I know you just got a new contract, but you've been poor lately. I think let's give Kusanov an opportunity here, and he's got the pace that I know everybody's excited about. Diaz is clearly one of our slower defenders. We play the high line, but we have done that forever, and we won the league playing that line with Diaz. So I don't want to overreact and say Diaz is benched and not playing for the time being. I just think some rotation to give Kusanov some minutes is important. Then we get to our fullbacks. The left-sided left back for sure is going to be Ryan Aït-Nouri. We have gotten clarification that he is injury-free. It was no big deal. He will be available, and if he's available, I think he has to start. He just does. He's our best left back. You don't have Gvardiol as an option. You're not going to bench Aït-Nouri for Nico O'Reilly or Nathan Ake, really. So those are the ones I go with. Then you get Nunez and Rico Lewis. Who starts at right back for this game? We've gone with Rico Lewis for the first two games, and one very good performance, one not so good performance. So let's go with some rotation and mix it up and go with Mateus Nunes. Very attacking. Both these two fullbacks are going to get up, I would imagine, the sides of the pitch, and be wide, extended type fullbacks and not really be inverted. I don't think Nunes is very good inverting into this area. Aït-Nouri is going to do that. I guess that's what he's been doing, but I would personally like to see the return of the overlapping fullbacks. That would be fun, I think, for me. The midfield is interesting because Nico G could start as a sole six, but I think probably most City fans are not going to want that, and they're going to want to see the return of Rodri. And while he might not be able to play the full 90, I think just getting him back in, getting him minutes, he's going to Spain for the international break. Surely he can play an hour or 70 minutes, and hopefully in that time we get 2-3 ahead, and then we can take him off and get some minutes in his leg. So I'm starting Rodri. If he's fit, I just think we need it. With Rodri back, I think this gives us the opportunity for the first time this season to see our potential best midfield trio. On the left-hand side, I'm going with Tijani Reinders. Yes, he was not great against... how do you spell Tijani? Let's do this. Reinders is a tough one there. He wasn't great against Spurs. He was fantastic against Wolves. So I think we just roll with him again. He is good. We all know he's got extremely high ceiling of ability and just goal creation, midfield, tireless running, and I think that fits and that's good, and that's what we need in this game. So I'm starting him. Yes, he was poor, but do I want Nico G here or Gundogan or Bernardo? No, I want Tijani Reinders. And then you have the more attacking of the midfield three. I think we bring Phil Foden into the midfield. This midfield trio, I think, is going to be the one that's the best, I guess, trio that we see most consistency from. You got options you can change out, of course. Bernardo can play. Ryan Cherky can play. Nico G can play. Kovacic can play at times. But I think for the time being, I'm running Foden, Reinders, Rodri, if available. In front of them, of course, you're going to go with Haaland. He's always going to start if he's fit and available. Then the wingers are interesting. Do you run Bob and Marmoush? Do you run Doku and Marmoush? Do you run Doku Bob? I don't really know. But I think on the whole, Oscar Bob has been one of our bright spots so far this season. So I am going to give him his place and let him hold down right wing. I think he, if given a run of games, is going to show what an outstanding player he is. So I'm all for Oscar Bob getting minutes. This is what I am personally doing. Will Pep do it? You never know. And then on the left, Marmoush or Doku? That's the question. With the overlapping fullbacks that we potentially get this game, I think that works for Marmoush, and I think it works for Doku. Who's a better player? For me, it's Marmoush. So I'm just gonna say Marmoush. He had multiple chances to score or create goals in the Spurs game. He didn't take it. So ideally, we see a nice return and an improved Omar Marmoush in this game. This still gives you a very solid bench. You got guys on the bench like Doku who can come on and change the game. You have Ryan Cherky, who has been his best. I know it's a small sample size, but came on against Wolves and looked very good in minimal minutes there. You got Nico G. Maybe Gundogan makes the squad. Maybe Akanji makes the squad. You never know with what we're going to do and what's happening behind the scenes as far as transfers, but will be interesting to keep an eye on the bench for sure. With this lineup, it's definitely good enough to beat Brighton, and I think we will beat Brighton. I'm going with a 3-1 City victory over Brighton. Yes, it's away. Will be a difficult game for sure, but I'm all for it. Can't wait. Very excited for the watch along on Sunday. So do come back to the channel, watch a game with me Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, and let's see City get back on track and lead on, push on in this title race that I am certain we will still be in for sure. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. On your way out, hit a like, comment, let me know what you think of the Brighton game. How confident are you? And help me get to my goal of 500 subs. I very much appreciate it. I will see you on Sunday.